So student, this is the fourth video for our chapter number 7, and the name of the chapter is Air and Atmosphere, right? I hope you have seen all the three video and you understood the point. If any problem, you can ask in the group. Okay? So in this video, we have to cover the inert gases. We have to cover the inert gases. Then we will learn about water vapor. Then we will learn dust particles, air quality, and some of the different pollutants of air, how we can control it, and the case study of Taj Mahal. Okay, so we will try to understand these concepts. My dear children, please pay attention. It's easy if you will learn it very minute way, right? So let's see the inert gases. Student, in one of the chapter when we were learning the periodic table, I have shown you the how to draw the periodic table. Here is that. I will show you once again. I have shown you, but once again I'll show you that this is the period, right? So how many periods are there? Here period is 1. This is C. This is the group. This is the group, and this is the period. So horizontal is the period. So here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, here is 5, 6, 7. There are 7 periods, right? So there are total, how many periods are there? 7 periods are there. And how many groups are there? 18 groups are there, right? So this is periods, horizontal row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only I have drawn. Rest is the it's given in your book, right? And this is the this one. We have 18 groups. You don't have to learn all, but then at least a structure you should know. Then how many groups are there? How many periods are there? So it's the last one you see. Last one is zero group. Zero group: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Okay, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So this is the zero group. Last extreme right hand side of the periodic table. This is the inert gas. Zero, it is written here. Zero group. It is also said zero group, inert gas. They are fully stable. So they don't react with anybody. This is very traces, only small traces available in the air. So we are going to learn about this one, that is inert gases. 0.95 of air is a noble gas, 0.95% only, right? So in inert gas we will learn today that helium. Let's see here. Here. So here is helium, He, neon, Ne, argon, Ar, krypton, Kr, xenon, Ze, radon, Rn. Okay, so this is a symbol. This is a symbol of the inert gases. Yes, you should remember it. There is a code also for it. I hope I have explained in class 6. If not, then once again I am saying Hina, Nina, Aarti, Katrina, Ka, Xerox, Rangin. Okay? Hina, Nina, Aarti, Katrina, Ka, Xerox, Rangin. This is a code word which you can, with the help of it, you can remember these names. Okay? So let's come to the uses of this inert gases. Why we use? So helium is actually, helium, which is an inert gas, it is very light air. It is the lightest air, right? So what we do here, we use it in where? Weather observation value. We use it in weather observation. Helium is used in a filling up weather observation, right? The next come of argon. Argon is used in electric bulb. Everybody have seen the electric bulb. Why? Inside the electric bulb it is used to give it a artificial environment. It prevent the oxidation of filament, otherwise the bulb will fuse, right? So what it do, it prevent the oxidation of filament. Argon prevent the oxidation of filament. Neon, what neon do? It emits colored light. Neon has a capability of emitting colored light. When very, very high voltage is given, it give a color light. Understood? That is why it is used in advertisement. When you go any shop and you shining board are there, na? Shining boards are there in the hotel, in the shops, even at the roadside also. So what is that they use there? Neon, which is an inert gas. Neon gas is being used. It glows, right, in a colorful light, and it looks very, very good. Okay, so next is radon. Radon is only reactive inert gas, radioactive inert gas. What is that? It is radioactive inert gas, and that is why it is used in the cancer treatment. Radon is only radioactive inert gas. That is why we used it in the cancer treatment. Xenon and krypton are used in photography. Okay, I hope it is clear, student. So next we have to learn is about water vapor. So what is water vapor? Water vapor is the air in the water. You can say in the general language, it is the air in the water. And amount of water vapor in a air is called what? Humidity. So you say na, today the weather is very humid, right? So amount of water in the air is called humidity. Again, it varies from place to place, right? From where? Now the question may arise in your brain that where this water vapor comes in the air, right, student? So obviously it comes from the ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans. When it evaporates, it goes in the atmosphere. Okay, so water vapor, you understood? I hope it is clear, student. No? So uses. What is the use of water vapor? We will learn about use of water vapor. It is used in water cycle. It is used in water cycle. Working of water cycle, right? So it's maintaining the balance of the nature. Water cycle, water vapor balance the nature. Working of water cycle. Okay. Then next is about essential. It is essential. Why it is essential? It is essential for the growth of human beings and animals. Water vapor is also essential for the growth of plant and animal. It even controls the rate of evaporation and transpiration. Evaporation, you know, when the water boils at certain temperature, it heated at a certain temperature, it become converted into gas and goes into air. So this is evaporation. Transpiration, we have learnt that it is loss of water from the plants, from the leaves of the plant. So this is transpiration. So what it do? It control the rate of evaporation and transpiration, so that it should be not be very, very low, should not be very, very high. Okay. Then we have to learn about the dust particle. What is dust particles? You know that dust particles, from where it come? Dust particles are present in the air always. So that is why when you sit in the room and a beam of light comes, you say that some suspended particles in it, right? So it is already available. So from where it comes from the small particles of the earth. Then the air, when the airs blow, that time it moves from one place to another. In the heavy traffic comes, there it is available. Then even at home, when construction is going on, right, or any places construction is going on, agriculture, when agriculture also practice is going on, like sowing is going on, threshing is going on, that is all what? Dust particles. And even sometimes it causes a respiratory problem also. Okay, and the homework for today is test your understanding. You have to do it yourself, my dear, because you are learning the chapter. So better test it yourself, that how much you know, how much you have studied, right? So this is the thing. Now we have to learn little bit about air pollutants. So air pollutants, we will learn about chlorofluorocarbon, the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, then suspended particles matter, then oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. These are the air pollutants. Okay, don't worry, you will be getting these notes in your group. So just focus here over the understanding part, right? In the chlorofluorocarbon, CFS, one is chlorine, fluorine and carbon. Chlorine, it is made up of chlorine, fluorine and carbon. It is actually used in the refrigerator. It is used in the ACs and all. It's good, very good, beneficial for the industry. It has a cooling capacity, right? But then it has one demerit also, that it causing a damage to our ozone layer. Ozone layer is made up of oxygen, perhaps you know, right? So it is causing a damage to our ozone layer. Ozone layer is very useful for us, which protect us from the sun ultraviolet ray. The sunlight is very good for us, but ultraviolet ray is not good for us. So what ozone layer do? It protect and does not allow to enter in the earth surface, right? But because of this fluorocarbon, it is causing damage to our ozone layer, right? So this is one of the pollutants. Then carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide is good. Again, we have learned in one of the places that yes, it is a main gas of greenhouse effect. But excess of anything is bad. So basically because of this, global warming is increasing. Because of this, carbon dioxide, global warming is increasing, right? And then carbon monoxide. What is carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide means it is formed when a fuel, which is we are using in petrol or diesel or it is not used properly, then here the carbon monoxide is produced. What the carbon monoxide do? When they does not get sufficient oxygen, so the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. When carbon burns in insufficient oxygen, with insufficient oxygen, that is carbon monoxide, right? So what happens in the motor vehicle, car, buses and trucks contain carbon dioxide which emit into air, right? So what happens? So when we breathe, what the carbon monoxide goes in our body, it combines with our blood and it reduces the, the oxygen is the heart pumps the blood and every cells get the oxygen, right? So what it do, actually it reduce the oxygen carrying capacity. Carbon monoxide enters in our breathing system, right? And it reduces the oxygen carrying capacity. So this is very dangerous for our life. Even it may lead to the death also, right? This is a suspended particles matter, that which is we have already learned that dust particles and smoke and fly ashes, this is also not good for us, right? The one more is about oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. So oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, what it causes? Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen and sulfur causes the acid rain, right? Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen cause the acid rain. So it's very dangerous for our lung disease. It causes cough and even asthma, especially in children, right, student? So we have to control, the thing is now we have to control the air pollution. So do you have any point that how we can control the air pollution? Do you have the points? Can you see me? I'm giving you few seconds. Let me know what is the controlling air pollutions methods you have, right? So my dear, some of the points is given in a book, others you can add it yourself also, that instead of using the fuels, what we will use, the LPG, the PNG, right? We will use the solar system, we will use the water, means natural free resources, we will use hydroelectricity, we will generate electricity from the wind, right? CNG we will use. Apart from that, what you will do, you will not misuse the electricity, right? You will not use the plastic bag, you will do the checkups of your vehicle at regular interval, you will keep your surrounding clean. Those who are, some of the peoples are still that they burn the wood, and bricks. So stop them for burning these things. The LPG should be available to them, easily available to them, so that it will be beneficial for our environment, right? Then the next is a little bit we will see about student, that acid rain. So we have already seen, but once again we will see what is acid rain. Acid rain is actually sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide gases is one of the reason of causing is sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. Sulfur dioxide, here I have underlined, you can see sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide. Okay, so what they do, the sulfur dioxide is turned into sulfuric acid and nitrogen oxide turn into nitric acid, right? And these two, both of them causes damages to living being, even to non-living being also. It destroy the forest also, right? It destroy the aquatic animal also. You know, one of the Taj Mahal, you all are aware, even small kids also know about the Taj Mahal. So what is that? One of the surveys said that Taj Mahal is deteriorating. The Taj Mahal shine is deteriorating. It's discoloring. Why discoloring? Because of the acid rain. Acid rain is actually you can say a marble cancer. It is corroding. Corrosion is going on. Marble cancer is there, right? So to stop it, the Supreme Court has given us several steps to move the industries and all to the different area. Even though the vehicles, those who are moving, should be used CNG only, right? LPG should be used. So some of these measures are being done to control it. That's it, student. This chapter is finished. Now again your homework is to test your understanding. You have to do it yourself. I'll be sending the question answers in the group, but then please study it well from your side also. Have a reading of the chapter once again. Thank you.